We are here with our special guest host, Brian the Deity Dalton. Catch his series at youtube.com/Mr. Deity, right?
I think so, something like that, yeah.
Something
sure.
along
Or just
those
look up
lines.
Mr. Deity.
If you
It'll
Google,
pop up.
it's worth a
Yeah.
Google. Worth a Google
It's
on
so worth
Mr.
a
Deity.
Google.
I never send anybody to my personal website anymore. I'm like,
I
go to
don't either.
youtube.com/skepticallypwned.
Yeah.
Like, do people go to your personal website anymore?
My dad
I'm sure they
does.
do. They
He
better,
does.
because that's where you go to donate. So that's what you need to do.
Oh, for the record, you should update it because I can't
I
get it
know,
on my.
I know,
All right,
I know,
all
I
right.
know.
All right, no pressure.
I know.
No pressure.
I've got an IT guy who's working pro bono. You know how
How well that goes.
How long that
Oof.
takes to get anything done.
Oh, I know, because I'm usually working pro bono, and I take forever.
And that's not a sex joke, by the way, just so you
It's
know.
not, no.
We can make it
No.
into one real quick. Yeah.
You're going to make my pro bono into a sex joke?
It's like 2 letters away.
It's,
It really
it's
is.
like
No.
shooting
It's very close.
boners in a barrel.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 10
The Electric Boy.
with
You
Michael.
just made me cringe. That was so cringeworthy. Oh my god.
What's cringing about the Electric Boy? Or
No,
was
no,
it
no.
a delivery?
Shooting
the-
boners in a barrel.
Oh.
That's just awful. That's an awful, awful thought.
Don't ever shoot boners you find in a barrel.
First of all, how did they get there? I just want to know how they got there. Are they
Don't
attached?
worry about
Oh
it.
my
ask.
lord.
Don't even
Don't
think
ask.
about it.
I gotta take a breather here.
Sorry, get it out.
All right, get it out.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm good.
So my
again.
dad's a really big fan of Mr. Deity, so I'm totally gonna send him this episode with the boner
Nice,
jokes intact. I'm
nice,
sure that'll go over
nice.
well. Anyway,
Hi, Caroline, Dad.
Dad, she's a princess. You're doing something right.
Brian, overall, just real quick, what have you thought of the new Cosmos series, the new Tyson version?
I love it. I love it. I think it's fantastic because just getting anything out there is great. But you know, us nerds, we have a reason to get together and on Sunday night, which we haven't had for a long time, right? I
No.
mean, it's been a long while.
kind of
Unless
have
you're into
Sunday
Game of
assembly.
Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
into Game of Thrones, but they're going at the same time, so it really it's ruined.
I think it's great. I mean, the writing's very good. The production values are fantastic.
Yeah.
Neil does a pretty good job.
No, I think obviously it's a very good show. If you were inclined to say make fun of a portion of it or be like, what a goofy choice.
I don't know because you know I'm tempted to say the Ship of the Imagination.
Oh,
which,
really?
Which they don't do properly with the imagination. But since everyone, I think we've all agreed at Greg's that the Ship of the Imagination looks like a clitoral vibrator.
It definitely
I
looks
think-
like
I think
a
that's-
clitoral
yeah,
vibrator.
we can agree on that
Yeah.
fact.
Yeah.
In fact,
It's-
we're gonna start marketing those as
It's
as
the rabbit
vibrators.
minus the dildo part.
Exactly.
It really is. I think it was a
Cosmos.
nice way to try to appeal to the ladies. You know.
You know, it's
And he
shaped for your
does a
pleasure.
lot this series. There's been a lot of promotion of female scientists and things that female scientists have accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
So-
And why don't we know their names?
Right.
Which we explained before is because of sexual dimorphism. You know, we have larger upper bodies, and so people remember our names a lot more.
I'm gonna hit you.
Nobody
So
gets that
hard.
joke. I'm making fun of a lot of the MRA people out there.
Right. Right.
Episode 10 with our favorite little scientist, Michael Fawaday.
Fawaday.
Michael Fawaday.
Fawaday.
The scientist
That-
that's not a scientist.
A little bit
That
of Elmer
scene-
Fudd.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that scene had to have been written knowing people were going to laugh out loud, right? Like, here's a quarter, bring me a stick to beat this kid with.
Go,
You know?
it was go get me a stick so I can beat your brother.
Yeah.
I think Seth MacFarlane takes the scripts after they've already been approved and everything, and then he rewrites little parts.
Just run with it.
It'll
be
go ahead.
hilarious.
Oh,
It's gonna be
goodness.
great.
No. Go. It'll be funny.
I am willing to pay money to kick this kid's ass because he has a speech impediment. So Michael Faraday, who was pulled from school so he wouldn't get beaten by teachers who hated his voice.
Yeah.
He went on to bind books, which he then read, and became very fast at writing, and so he met that scientist person.
Well, he met that scientist person going to his lecture or his scientific demonstration.
Yeah, and he wrote up like verbatim the whole lecture, and so
He's the one that turned into the Bond villain, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
because he got blinded and
Right,
became evil.
Yeah,
Which,
well,
by the
blinding
way,
people makes you evil. That's
That-
scientifically proven. It's a
that
thing.
that scene definitely had to have been written as a joke.
Ampere tells me that poor Dulong lost an eye and 3 fingers working with this. Ah! My eyes! My eyes!
Oh, my eyes!
Mine eyes!
I heard that people have slipped and done pratfalls on banana peels.
Whoa!
So yeah, stilted cartoon dialogue again. Kind of.
I'll forgive it.
It
I'll
was
forgive
funny.
it.
It was very laugh out loud.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, we had a good time with that.
Yeah.
I remember.
Totes.
So Faraday, what did he do of importance?
He cured, didn't he cure speech impediments?
Yeah, that was his
No.
big thing.
He cured it, but he wouldn't give anybody the secret.
We were talking about the electromagnetic field around the Earth. That was his big. That was his big
Instead,
discovery.
he gave us electric motors.
Yep.
Electric motors and the magnetic fields.
Which are powering this camera right now.
Ah.
Actually, I don't think there are any,
No.
but some kind of electricity is
There's some
bundled into a battery and then makes it
going
work.
on.
At one point in
He
time.
was able to get the electric motor to be a motor. He was able to get those powers to keep spinning.
That's magic.
That's
That's
important.
witchcraft. That's witchcraft that you're talking about
Are you
there.
looking
You're
up
looking-
Michael Faraday on your phone?
Yes, I am.
You're looking up notes for this episode.
Yeah, I'm looking.
This
I'm
is such a
wikieing
thoroughly
it.
researched
I
We
know.
put a lot of time
bunch
into
of
this.
thing that we do here.
We care.
Right.
We look.
We just don't care before the show.
No.
But we care during. During is important.
Around a confirm.
That's
Stay
what-
tuned while we...
For the exciting
Yeah, we're gonna-
conclusion of our
Yeah.
researching last minute.
That's what I was wondering. Is
Oh.
do you guys watch Big Bang Theory?
Yes.
I don't.
They have a character who has that speech impediment. I'm just wondering if that's sort of their homage to Faraday.
Who has a speech impediment in the show?
It's not one of the main cast. It's one of the other scientists who works in the building who's
Oh.
always having rivalries with them.
I've probably never noticed that character.
Oh.
Or watched
This is
those
a little known
episodes.
fact. I had a hearing impediment when I was a child.
Really?
Yeah, all my report cards does not listen, does not follow directions. And most of the women in my life
Say
still
the same
feel
thing?
I
Really, you
have
don't
the
really
same
listen.
kind of- yeah.
I feel like the Mr. Cotter theme music about to play.
I'm just gonna keep
Welcome
looking at
back.
this. Hey, Dalton is in this Wikipedia article.
Of course.
Also
I'm
conducted the
everywhere.
first rough experiments.
I'm everywhere. I am omnipresent. Are they going to hear that with this mic?
You're
Gonna be impressive.
You're omnipresent and
Omni-audiolicious?
Yeah, there you go. Is that a word?
just made
That's a
that
word
up.
now. It's a thing.
The creepy shining kid, Maxwell. Anybody else catch those shining references?
Yes.
The little
Yep.
big wheels, whatever.
The rich
Going
like-
through the
privileged
hallways.
kid
Yeah.
that could finish Faraday's work for him because Faraday was
Yeah.
underprivileged.
I was waiting for an elevator to open up.
Yeah.
With a lot of blood.
There were
God.
no twins in that episode either.
Oh.
No
That's
creepy twins.
disappointing.
But they did a little homage, I think, to The Shining,
big
which is an
deal.
odd place to put a Shining homage in a science
Don't.
special.
Yeah, but when you think about it,
Question
where
it.
else would you put it?
It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a good spot
Yeah.
for a
In
shining
anything.
homage.
You don't really know where to put that in the world.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Usually you just fill up. Usually you just do Citizen Kane if you're going to homage anything.
I once put it into a marriage proposal. It didn't go well.
How did you do that? What'd you do?
I don't want to share it with you because it's very embarrassing.
I'm sad now.
Yeah.
I was hoping
Oh,
for
is this
more.
a real
Later,
s-
we'll do it off. We'll
Is
do
this
it
a real
off.
story? Okay.
I think
Never
it's a
mind,
real
let's not-
story.
Let's
It's a real
move
story.
on. Can we move on?
It's a real.
on.
This is.
Jimmy, roll the tape from earlier.
You need a big black cowboy hat put in front of the camera.
Yeah.
It's a bad take.
And break.
There was a lot of talk about the making available of science education in this episode as well. Because Michael
Yeah.
Faraday kind
Yes,
of started
right.
that Christmas Eve, or was it just on
Yeah.
Christmas? Lecture series for children, which I thought was so cool. And then they showed the images of Carl Sagan talking
Yeah.
at it, and I was like, "Yay!"
I wonder if Tyson has actually lectured there.
I was gonna ask. That
Can-
was kind of like,
I don't know if they can afford him now, though.
he's expensive. He's an expensive dude.
Yeah, he offered us friends prices at TAM.
You know, like
And
the
it was-
first time he came to TAM, he was like, "If I come back, I will do it for free." And I guess he did the second one for free, and now he's done doing it for free.
Well, hey, I mean, that's awesome, though. He did the fact that he did it for free at
Yeah.
all. That's baller.
Yeah,
I will pay to do TAM. Just want you to know,
you'll
DJ.
pay for it.
I'm still here.
Oh God, when are they gonna put us on a panel, huh?
Yeah.
They still.
We're
don't-
We're
I'm not going to talk
panel-worthy.
about that.
Are we
Actually,
not panel worthy? I think we're panel worthy.
we are a panel.
Right?
Especially if we add Captain Dis.
Oh, that would be
Oh, my
awesome.
That
goodness.
kid hit
I love Captain
fucker
Diz.
hit the 1 million mark. Did you see that?
Oh, really?
One of his videos hit past 1 million.
I love him.
I feel like we should make a separate
He's so
video
good.
pleading
He
for
just-
a panel for YouTubers.
If you haven't seen Captain Disillusion,
Check him out. He's
You
following me
have
on
to.
Twitter
It's-
now, you know.
Ooh, fancy.
You know,
I got followed by Sir Richard
oh,
recently,
Dawkins.
just so you know.
I was like, royalty.
Richard and I
Nice.
are like this.
You
We
like
really
this?
are. We
You
text
guys
each other all the time. It's
Have the
nuts.
upcoming episode eventually. Are
Eventually.
we allowed not to?
Eventually,
Okay.
we're gonna make that work at some point. And Indra, by the way, just came up with a brilliant idea for a follow-up episode to that episode,
Awesome. But we're not going
which
to
was
reveal that.
truly brilliant.
We're not gonna.
Truly
we can't-
brilliant.
We're not gonna. No
We
spoilers.
don't want to ruin
no spoilers.
And will be one of the funnest things we ever do.
Spoilers.
I can say funnest.
Funnest.
I'm allowed.
You're allowed to do
I
whatever
got
you want.
special dispensation from Webster.
Nerds.
I don't have to tell you.
Nerds.
Anyways,
I just think Tyson's doing really well, like doing the walking and talking and all that kind of stuff. People don't realize, how difficult it is just to deliver dialogue like that into a camera while you're doing stuff, and
Yeah.
it's not easy. And I think he's doing a good job.
yeah, it's like by the
'Cause
time
that's
you
not
hit
his-
this mark, we need you. Oh,
Yeah.
By the time we get to this point, we should be filming
yeah.
ourselves.
By the time you hit this
Right.
mark, we need you on this line, and
Yeah.
then turn to this camera and do it. It's like a dance choreography craziness.
Exactly, and he's an actual scientist, which makes it a little bit more.
Yeah, he's really good
lot
at
going
it.
on there.
There's definitely
Yeah.
there's nobody else I could have imagined doing this series, like hands down. Like maybe
I could have seen Richard doing this.
he is quite eloquent.
Yeah,
He's
he's
very
quite
eloquent in his
He's
speech.
great.
I feel like
And I
he's
love
not.
his voice and that accent. Just, oh, God.
I am less inclined to watch Richard Dawkins speak. I
Really?
love watching Neil
No, I
deGrasse
love
Tyson
him.
do anything, like anything.
Well, I think it would take a little bit of convincing to get a lot of people to watch Richard Dawkins, because I think
Yeah.
a lot of people don't
Right.
realize how uplifting his speeches are. How
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, he can be very uplifting and inspiring. But like Neil deGrasse Tyson is just like right off the bat, you can feel it, you can sense it.
yeah. So from a marketing standpoint, I definitely saw why they went with Neil as opposed to.
How about
Richard.
Sammy? Maybe Sammy?
Who?
Sam Harris?
Oh no, never happened.
And it would have to be. And also, we were still talking about something that it's a tradition by Carl Sagan, so it would need to be an astronomer or someone in
That's true.
astrophysics.
That's true.
So it would be like our options are like Neil deGrasse Tyson or like Lawrence Krauss right now. And
Right.
Who has a very charming Woody Allen kind of thing
delightful.
going on.
He knows Woody, apparently.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's my ticket. I want to meet
You're gonna
Woody.
get in. You're 1 degree of
Lawrence, I want to meet
separation.
Woody.
1 degree of separation away.
We're back to it. Did you see the way I brought that whole thing around?
It's
All
full
the way
circle.
That's
around.
the kind of thing
Full
that
circle.
happens when you have a pro in the
We got
in
a
the
pro,
house. You
like,
know what I mean?
like Mr. Deity.
I can just bring that all the way around. Boom.
Honestly, if they had not went with
Baller.
Tyson, I think they would have went with Brian Cox.
Yeah, he would
Because
have
that
been
guy
good.
is magical
He
and
would've been good.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Can't say enough good things
How
about
about
that
Brian
dude.
Green?
Brian Green.
Brian Green could have.
Are you just
I
gonna
think
start
you could've hit
naming
it.
Brian's off?
Mike.
And see how I
We're
brought
back to
that around
Brian.
too? I
Ah,
brought that around. I'm just
ah,
bringing everything right back around.
It's all coming
You knew I'd
full
do it. You knew it.
circle.
Yeah.
Back to Brian's. Yeah, Brian Cox is amazing, and I always hear all this bitching, like in whenever skeptics talk about scientific outreach, like in television, they always drop Ascent of Man. Well, it's not as good of as Ascent of Man. Well, I would prefer a series more like Ascent of Man, and fucking Brian Cox has been doing that shit the last 5 years, out in the middle of nature, explaining intricate concepts very plainly,
Right.
just to the camera. No CGI, no crazy graphics. Like the
I
guy's
feel
been
your
doing it.
passion. I feel your passion. Timothy Ferris, too, maybe. Could have done it.
I don't know
Timothy
Ferris.
Ferris is my favorite science writer. God, he's so good.
Help me
I
out.
love his
Oh,
prose.
but he doesn't have a
Um,
TV show, right?
The whole shebang, Coming of Age in the Milky Way. One of the best books
I
ever.
mean-
If you want a broad primer
books.
on
You're
science.
Still
oh my
talking
God.
about books.
Oh, yeah.
John
Sorry.
doesn't read.
I get
He's
skeptics.
illiterate.
Timothy Ferris has done television, too, and he's good.
I
He's
get
very good.
skeptics to read books for me. I only read like one book in the last year, and I was so chuffed I wrote a review and got it in Skeptic. That's how I celebrate
Now you
when I
know
read
why
a
he
book.
doesn't do the research for the show. That he should.
Anyway, moving on.
Any closing thoughts?
Moving out, maybe.
Moving out.
Yeah.
No, this place is great.
Oh, no. I just meant out of the show.
Oh.
We're gonna just kind of.
It is pretty dead in here.
Yeah,
quiet.
got
Very
the
nice.
Nice soundproofing all around.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Sweet. And thank you for
No.
joining us.
Check out Mr. Deity.
Check out Mr. Deity. Absolutely.
Caroline,
Check him out.
Are you uploading anything?
We're
Look at
gonna
these
start
legs.
uploading
Look at
some
these
more.
legs. Look
Yeah,
how
look
light
at
these
them pasty legs. I'm gonna
And
start.
bitten.
And
I got
what's
bites all
biting
over.
you?
I don't know.
John, why are you biting him?
Why are we talking about Brian's bites? What do you have
Because
coming?
it's science. It's all about science.
I'm gonna be posting more sketches in the not too distant future
Right.
with the Donnie.
Anyway, check out our stuff. Check out everybody's stuff.
Because we're awesome.
Subscribe.
Subscribe!
Submit. Amazon wish
Thanks
list.
for joining me, you two. I really
PayPal
appreciate it.
donation.
Yeah.
And thank you for coming over after your busy day at the
great.
studio.
Yeah, seriously.
Crazy.
Seriously.
Crazy.
I feel like we should do an elevator pitch for a workshop at TAM about YouTubing.
It'd be such a quick pan. All three of us are going.
Yeah.
And
Come to
Deity's-
town.
I mean,
Come to town.
Disillusion.
is going.
Disillusion.
Good. I haven't seen him for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Disillusion. Yeah, Disillusion is going. Well,
Yeah.
he was there last year.
He was.
Was he?
Yeah.
I never
He
saw
wasn't.
him.
He was. Well, he's got a new girlfriend, so they were kind of about. I don't think he had a table last year either.
No.
But we should definitely have a YouTube workshop at the very least.
Oh, but he
or
had something
panel.
else, though.
What's
What?
that?
Sorry.
What? What?
But yeah, YouTube workshop for the YouTubers, right?
Because we're great.
Sometimes I just amuse myself. I don't
Should
need
high
to.
five over Mr. Deity.
All right.
Are you guys going to be able to cut off the bottom here so people don't see how white my legs are?
No, I want that. That's a
Really?
feature. That's a feature, Brian.
That's
That's
good.
a-
Talk about blowing out.
When we have no Cosmos episode to review, I assume we're just gonna watch porn parody.
Yep.
And review Armageddon.
I like that. Armageddon.
It's my favorite porn parody.
It was the last one we saw at Greg's, part of Team Cosmo Nights.
Team Cosmo.
I don't know why you're doing the white power thing.
Is it-
I don't,
there's no
anyway,
good fists.
Anyway,
There's no good fists
Best
anymore.
fists.
That's not good. That's not good.
So the nails don't.
the nails. So
Yeah.
they're together, and then you can get
Okay.
in there past the. Anyway, my favorite comment on any of our videos right now is water bears watch you masturbate. I don't like why would you? What is that?
That's
Why?
true, though. That is true.
They're watching you all the time because they've got nothing else to do.